Hello. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Thing is, I saw that as I was setting up for the live stream, and in my brain, I was like, I gotta move the screen so that you can't see the like the string lights there. And I still forgot. Hello. Welcome. Really trying to pull it there. That's what I want. I want to pull up the chat on my phone here. Okay. If anybody's out there in YouTube land, we'll see. This is the fun part of waiting to see if this live stream will go on, or I'm going to have to end it and delete the broadcast in embarrassment. Hey! I also forget there's a delay. I think I found the way to turn ads off, although I guess I don't know. Hi guys, hi. See a couple new usernames in here. Welcome. Almost entirely new usernames. Cool. Welcome. Hi, Colleen. Wow. Hi guys. I love seeing some new faces, as it were. As much as it can be faces, I guess, on a live stream. Welcome. This is a monthly wrap up oh no, the chat's doing that weird thing again where it cuts off stuff. Sorry. Yeah, monthly Letterboxd wrap up, because in case you missed January's, I hate doing these as edited videos. So we tried it out as a live stream last month, and I thought it was super fun, and I so much more prefer that than editing a whole video. I don't know why. I don't mind editing videos. I love editing my videos, except for monthly wrap-ups. They're my arch nemesis, and the live was just like way more fun. So you guys seemed to enjoy it last time also, for those of you that watched it last month. So that's what we're gonna do. It's kind of like the essence of this channel, though, too. Like, I just want to talk about movies with you guys, and that's what this is essentially. So yeah. As everybody's jumping in here, I guess we'll start off with a game, because I love starting off live streams with games. Good to get us warmed up, and it gives me the opportunity to hand out prizes at some point. So if you haven't been on one of my live streams yet where I forced you guys to play a game, I do have 1 second. I do have a little like scoreboard, leaderboard, as it were, for the games we play during live streams, and I'm just gonna keep this running until I don't know if we want to go all year and then pick a winner, go like halfway through the year and then pick some winners and then do the end of the year. I don't know. But whoever answers the most questions of my little like silly little games correctly will win prizes. I'm thinking at the end of the year, I'll do like a first, second, and third place prize or something, or I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to play a game. Hopefully you guys are ready. Hopefully you guys got your horror trivia thinking caps on. Actually, it's not trivia. I shouldn't have said that. So kind of like the game we play for Creepy Book Club, I stole this idea from the College Humor game show. Actually, for anybody maybe that watches that show or doesn't, I fucking love that show. Obviously, because I'm stealing their game ideas. So The name of the game is guessing the movie, but in a little bit of a different way. So, what I'm going to do is put a few sentences of a horror movie review on the screen. I've taken out all the identifying things. So the title of the movie, director, actor, character mentions. And it's your job to tell me what the movie is. Obviously, if we're struggling, I'll give you guys hints. I think these are pretty. I say I think they're pretty easy, but I think I tried to start off picking ones that I think the most people would have seen. So hopefully you understand what we're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna read you the review and you're gonna guess what the movie is. And you can guess at any time. You don't have to wait for me to get done reading it. I'm gonna put it on the screen. If you read fast or you figure it out quickly, go ahead and guess. First person to guess it gets the point. All right, here we go. I'll just go ahead and read, and then if I see somebody guess it, then I will just give it to you. So here we go. First question. I guess for context, I don't know that it matters. I don't think it's going to help you in any way, but this is a review from Roger Ebert. Now, here's a grisly little item. The movie is as violent and gruesome and blood-soaked as the title promises. A real grand guignol of a movie. It's also without any apparent purpose unless the creation of disgust and fright is a purpose. And yet, in its own way, the movie is some kind of weird, off-the-wall achievement. I can't imagine why anyone would want to make a movie like this. And yet, it's well-made, well-acted, and all too effective. Can you tell me what the movie is? If it goes a little ways without anybody guessing it, I will give you a hint. My Bloody Valentine, no. Hostel, no. The Thing, no. It says gruesome and blood-soaked as the title promises. Oh, Ben! Nice one! It is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Nice one, Ben. I saw Ben come in with it first. Great job. All right, Ben, let me write you down. Yep, that was a review from Roger Ebert for the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. My favorite is that he kind of rips it a new one, of course, like as he does for horror movies, and then is like, but it's kind of an achievement. It's like a very weird backhanded compliment. That wasn't blood soaked, but the implication of it, I don't know, that's what he wrote. I guess the implied violence got to him. Good job, Ben. Nice one. Nice one. Tried to pick something kind of topical because the new Texas Chainsaw had come out this month. So thinking of titles that suggested blood soaked. Yeah, that's why I repeated that part. Good one. Nice one. Okay. I tried to pick ones like that are kind of critical because I just find them a little bit funnier than picking snippets of reviews that like lay on all the praise. I guess that's just my weird kind of humor. All right, let's go to the next one. I have 3 in total. So let's go on to the second one. This is a review. Again, I don't think it helps, but I guess just for context, because I'm quoting somebody, this is a review from Empire. The final girl and killer segments of the movie are worth celebrating. Unfortunately, nearly everything else around them is not. A tacked on storyline involving another character and her high school friends is rushed and clumsy and merely there to give the killer more victims to decimate. And a plot line involving the killer's new doctor borders on laughable. It should be noted that the final girl and the character I wrote in there are two different characters. Probably should have written that a little bit better, but Happy Death Day. No. Oh, Jacques. Wow. Right off the bat. Yeah, that was Halloween 2018. Whoa. Good one. Jacques, you're going to be at the top of the leaderboard, dude. Well, let me write you down here. Good job. Yep, that was Halloween 2018. I didn't know if the doctor thing was going to be like, I feel like that was like probably one of the biggest identifiers, maybe. Nice one. I wasn't sure if it was like too difficult or not. And then of course the way I wrote it, I made it seem like, I don't know, I had to separate like final girl and character because they mentioned Allison and Lori in that. Good job. Damn, that was good. Okay. I didn't know how difficult that one was going to be. All right. One more. This one's kind of a long one, but I feel like I probably should have picked a shorter snippet because I feel like you guys are going to get it right away. But then we can get into the Letterboxd stuff, I guess. So, all right. Last question of the night. Tell me what movie this is. This is a review from TV Guide, if it helps. It probably won't. Shock rocker director's loving homage to flat-out nasty horror films of the 1970s will leave many post-Scream horror fans cold because of what it's not. It's not slick or glossy, it's not funny or self-referential, and it's not much fun, just as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Hills Have Eyes, both clear influences on the director's movie debut, really aren't much fun. It is ugly in the distinctively washed out, grainy, slightly burned manner of low-budget 70s films, gory and single-mindedly mean, none of which is a criticism since that's exactly what it wants to be. Ooh, some of you guys are on the right track, but not quite. Not Devil's Rejects, not Fear Street. It's not Rob Zombie Halloween. It's not Hostel. Oh, Jacques again! You sussed it out. It was House of a Thousand Corpses. Nice, Jacques. Good job. That puts you at the top of the scoreboard, I think. Close. You guys were, yeah, you guys started off strong with all the the Rob Zombie guesses. Shock Rocker, I think, was like the big one. It says in there his movie debut, which would have been the big hint. It was his first movie, which is House of a Thousand Corpses. Must be delayed. I just now see the review. Oh, I'm sorry. I know there's a delay on the stream, but yeah, Shock Rocker gave it away. You guys were all on the right track with that. Nice. So I'll add you, Jacques and Ben, I'll add your points to the scoreboard for next stream. That's going to put Jacques at the top. You'll have a nice lead, my friend. Good job. Yeah, sorry if it got delayed. I don't know. I know there's a delay on the stream, but the stuff popping up shouldn't be delayed. Apologies. Or refresh the page or something. I don't know. I mean, if you said it first and you send me a screenshot, I'll give you a point. Fair is fair. All right. Marielle, you are not late. All you missed was the game. We played a game, which is why we do these, because in case, YouTube doesn't send out the notifications right away, The games are fun, but at least you make it for the main part of the stream, uh, which is this week, talking about what we watched in February. So let me go ahead and add this in. This one will go by probably a little bit quick because you can see already I had like a week and a half where I just didn't watch anything. Actually, I was watching a lot of a TV show, which we'll talk about in a second here. Um, and it was super busy at work. So I just did not watch anything. And I knew I had a vacation week coming up. So you'll see at the end of the month, I watched 2 movies like every single day in the last week of February. Um, oh, I should have linked them in the description. My bad. I will go back and link them in the description. A lot of what I watched this month and last month too, I know I talked about it, is a movie challenge. 2 of my creepy peeps and patrons, Azul and Macabrella, made a weekly movie challenge, like for the whole year, like a movie every single week. I'm doing both of them. So a lot of these movies I watched for that reason, which I'll try and remember which ones I watched for which. So the first thing I watched was definitely for, I think, for Macabrella's challenge, because it's like tarot themed, a lot of witchy stuff. I watched The Wretched for a like modern take on the witch. As you can see, was not a fan of this. Absolutely not a fan of this. I don't know if anybody's seen this. Let me just pop up. A dog dies. Yeah, I'm glad I wrote that little bit in there. Sorry if it looks weird. I zoomed in so it's like easier for you guys to see. But yeah, it's like kind of like a weird mixture of like, I guess, witches and like the changeling myth, that sort of thing. Like, you know, kind of in a way. They do a twist on it. So I don't know if it's not exactly the same, but it was an interesting premise, but I feel like ultimately was not like super into. The Wretched was like disturbing behavior with a witch instead of a serial killer. Oh, yeah, it is kind of like disturbing behavior. Yeah. Yes. With some slight differences, but yes. Scrolls of Dragon. Sorry, I would normally like pop up your guys' comments, but it would just make me have to bounce back and forth, and that's a little it's a little awkward. Actually liked the movie, just found it an all right teen horror. Nice. I just didn't like how like, I mean, I guess I should be used to this, right? How like mean it was to like all the female characters, I feel like. Like all the women, it was just, I don't know. I feel like it was all when like the mom is sucky for whenever the parents are separated or whatever. The first girl he like has a crush on is sucky because she plays a prank on him, which was a really mean prank. I will give him that, but it just seemed like mean to the lady characters. And a dog dies. Not a fan. Disturbia, I mean. Oh, Disturbia. But it wasn't just, hold on. Am I getting the movies mixed up? Hold on. Disturbing behavior. Oh no, I was thinking it kind of is like that one though. I don't want to like, it's not a new movie, but I also don't want to just like start talking spoilers. In a way, I thought you meant like the, I guess in disturbing behavior, the brainwashing bit was kind of similar to something that happens to characters in the movie. Oh, sorry, hold on. There we go. But I just wasn't a fan. Been meaning to watch The Wretched. Someone gave me a copy, but keep forgetting about it. It stays in my unwatched stack. I mean, I didn't like it, but you can see other people in the comments liked it. So take it as you will. One I don't have a rating for. Maybe maybe you guys can help me add a rating to this is Possessor. I still don't know what to rate this. I think what I wrote when I watched it sums it up. Like, what are numbers even? I don't. What is? I don't know. I don't know what to rate this. Like, it had my attention the entire time. That was fine. It was a fascinating premise. Like, I mean, the fuck. The messages and like the themes loved, but it was like, oh, it was intense. I think it was like one of those where it was like I enjoyed it. I think it was a good movie, but I don't know that I would watch it again because it's just so intense. Robert enjoyed it at the cinema. Nice. So this was my number one film of 2020. I know it was on the top, like it was at the top of a lot of people's lists. Possessor slaps. Possessor's too much of a cluster. The rating is I don't know. Yeah, seriously, it's like it was just so intense. I don't know that I would watch it again. Maybe for like a does this offend you down the line because I'm like, that's definitely that could be an interesting discussion, but yeah. Ben Possessor snatches wigs and stirs tea. Yeah, I just don't know what to rate it. I don't know what to rate it. It was a great movie. Like, I guess I gotta give it, I gotta give it its stars for that. Uh, I should give it its stars for that. I'll come up with something and add it. Feel too much pressure on a live stream to give it a rating. Yeah. I know so many people liked it though. Basically, if what's her name? Hold on, I'm gonna get her character name. Yeah, her, Andrea Riseborough. If she is in the movie, I feel like I'm in for a experience. I don't know if the cut. Oh no, yeah, you can still see it. Okay. Just pop back to make sure the crop looks okay. That, like, honestly though, I didn't know anything about the plot going into it. Like, I managed to kind of just stay away from people talking about the movie and avoiding it. So, like, really the only thing I knew about the movie was the poster. And I can tell you, like, going in, I had no fucking idea that, like, the whole, like, infiltrating somebody's mind, like, as an assassin to, like, assassinate people by, like, taking over somebody's body. I had no idea that that's what that was gonna be based on the based on the cover. Obviously, I know it's called Possessor, but most unique take on possession I've ever seen. Whew! And then you can see I had my little break. I love that it's like right after watching Possessor too, so it makes it look like the movie just like fucked me up so bad that I didn't watch any movies for like a week and a half. We're gonna go with that storyline that that's what happened, and not that I just had like a super busy week. Then for a like very random Patreon movie night, it was mostly just me and B, who is not here right now, but we decided to watch The Tinder Swindler, which is a documentary on Netflix. Any documentaries, unless it's poorly made, I'll just give 5 stars like for watching it. Like if I learned something and had a good time, it gets 5 stars. If it was poorly made, I'll just give it like half a star. I feel I don't know. I find it weird to like rate documentaries. That's just like a me thing. But if you haven't watched this, holy shit, what a wild ride. Holy shit. Wild ride. Super frustrating at the end, though, I will say. Super frustrating. Don't watch for like a happy, satisfying ending of this dude getting his comeuppance, because spoiler alert, it doesn't happen in the way we want it to. And this probably just made him even more famous, which is just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I found his like Instagram, this guy, like the swindler's like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I didn't want to stay on it too long, so I didn't give him like all these views, but he's clearly just soaking up the attention. Anyways, moving on to like fictional horror stuff again and not real life horror. This was part of the reason why I didn't like log as many movies between the 1st and the 11th of February, which is the Netflix show that came out this month. All of Us Are Dead. I don't know if anybody watched this. I'll be very excited to see if anybody watched this in the comments. It's like 12 episodes, hour long each. I don't know if anybody had time for this. Still stuck on episode 1? No! It's so good! I don't know the reasons why you couldn't get past it, but honestly, it's so good. Okay, Exploder still on episode 8. Okay, so I won't talk spoilers. Okay, cool. I'm way more loath to give spoilers to shows anyway too, because it takes so much time. Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much. Jazz hands. Thank you so much for the nightmare fuel. Appreciate it. So I won't talk spoilers for, I don't know if Scrolls is going to keep watching. Exploder's still on episode 8, so we're not going to talk spoilers here. Ben watched it. Okay, All of Us Are Dead is fun, but maybe an episode or two too long. I like the new type of zombie they made. Yeah, it was a unique take. It was a unique take. I guess, yeah, maybe some of the episodes are long. It does, like, I feel like it was kind of realistic in that way, though, too. Like, they don't get anywhere super fast, which would feel just, like, kind of unrealistic. Des, hey, Des, watched it, was shaky at start, but ended up loving the characters. They did that so well. They really made you love all of the characters, which is what you want in any movie or show, but especially like one with high stakes like this, like zombies and stuff, because then you don't want anybody to die. Was bored by it and didn't like the characters. I think it was the setting. Okay. Well, if you ever give it a shot again, Scrolls, I promise, like, you're gonna love all the characters. Well, actually, maybe not promise. You could still not like the characters. That's valid, but some of the storylines, especially the adult side, are pointless. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I think if they end up making a season 2, maybe some of those adult storylines could be a little more, I don't want to say like useful, but could come into play a little bit more, because it's mostly about the kids being trapped at school. But I feel like that was the most high stakes situation also, so I kind of agree. Like, every time they went away from the school, I just wanted to go back to the school to see what they were doing. I guess they had to try and show too, like, what was going on outside of this high school. But I would recommend it if you're trying to find a show to watch. I would love for it to get a season 2. It's Netflix, so it could, because it was pretty popular on there. But it's also a K-drama technically, which aren't really known for having multiple seasons. It's usually just like more of like a limited series sort of deal, where they just tell you the story in like 16 to 24 episodes and then they're done. I really liked it though. That was part of the reason why I didn't get a lot watched, because I just like binged the fuck out of it. It gets to a point where like the end of every episode is like such a cliffhanger that I couldn't not at least start the next episode to see what happened. Which I guess anybody could love or hate. Oh, good point, Des. The adult storylines were added for the emotional impact of how the kids respond to what happens to them. That's a good point. That's a good point. There was a little like comedic relief with a certain like person storyline, or I guess a group, I should say. So it was kind of nice to get some comedic relief in a show that could get pretty dark, like the bullies and stuff like that in the show, which come into play like while this, apocalypse is going on, is like so intense and scary. Just like dark dark shit. Anytime I see bullying in a K-drama, it always is just like so intense. But yeah, I don't think I quite finished that on the 18th. It was probably a little bit before that, and then I realized there was an entry for this. I forget that like people make entries for shows and stuff on here, so I can log it. But then I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, of course. This is the new one, Texas Chainsaw, one word, Massacre. The new one, which has everybody divided. Although, of course, when I scroll, just looking right here, it looks a little bit lower. But on like on Twitter, especially, I feel like I see a lot of people. I don't want to say like defending the movie, because it's like it's valid to like it. But a lot of people like expressing how much they enjoyed this movie, which was good. Like I just feel like it, yeah. Saturn in retrograde, yes. Saturn in retrograde. Oh, what a stupid potential title for the original Texas Chainsaw. So stupid, but I love it. Love this one. I got such opposite reactions. That's the best part of this. That's the best part of this. We do not condone hating on anybody for having a different opinion here. And the mods know to kick somebody out of the fucking chat faster than lightning if somebody is going to be a dick about that in the comments. So that's totally fine. I'm glad people liked it. I'm glad people enjoyed it, because yeah. And the gore in this, I will say, fucking loved. That was my favorite part of this. So like on that level, I also enjoyed the movie. I also enjoyed the movie. And I don't mind the heavy-handedness. I know people were talking about it being like heavy-handed in the messaging. Like I don't mind that stuff. I feel like it has its place as much as the like more subtle messages. So I didn't mind all that. Didn't really like the Fede Alvarez is now making the new Alien film for Ridley Scott. He's done Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw, and now this. Oh, interesting. I didn't know he was making a new Alien film. Is it part of what the storyline that the newer films started doing, or is this like a completely different? I could just Google it. I could just Google it. I didn't know he was making a new Alien film. Interesting. I really like his Evil Dead. Wasn't so much a fan of this one, but that's okay. So I guess for his new Alien movie, I'm at a 50-50. It could go literally either way. The director was a cinematographer, which might be why it looked nice. It did look really nice. New Alien film seems to be a standalone. Even more interesting. Okay. Hey, at least it's not a requel, because I feel like that's the trend right now. Which I would love to know what you guys think of in the comments, because Halloween 2018, I feel like set that trend up. And then the horror genre is just going in for the spike. Doing all the requels. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I feel like it gets like an initial eye roll from me now, like lately when I see it. Um, but then I like some of them and some of them I don't really like. So Betty, yeah, he didn't direct this one. It says it right there. David Blue Garcia directed it. He wrote the screenplay or co-wrote the screenplay. Co-wrote the screenplay and produced it. Thank you, Letterboxd, for being here. Personally tired of the requels. Give me something original. Yeah. I mean, it's a trend like anything, so it's gonna have its moment and then it'll probably fizzle out for a little bit, but even Leprechaun had a requel. Did it? I don't know. I don't think I've seen any Leprechaun movie other than the first one and then possibly was there one in space? Because I feel like I might have seen like half of that one. I didn't know Leprechaun had a requel though. So let's see. It's requel time. I liked it, but for me, the value of reboots and refuels is how they introduce new audiences and generations to the franchise and how well they capture the mood of the time. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just like just like you said, reboots and just sequels in general too. It's they draw in new audiences. They definitely have their purpose for sure. It's just like the new reboot. Like requels are the new reboot right now. Oh yeah, Orphan 2. That'll be fun. That one's a prequel, though, if I remember correctly. That one's a prequel. Although I'm sure if I'm wrong, one of you will swiftly tell me in the chat. All right, and then for a Patreon movie night, for the first time, I watched Valentine. I'd never seen this movie before. Yeah. Everyone was talking about it too. I feel like in the beginning of February, obviously because Valentine's Day, but I feel like I'd never seen anybody talking about this movie prior to prior to this year, and everybody was talking about it, and then I finally got to see it. Although I guess going into it, I did think I had seen the movie, and then as it went on, I was like, no, I've definitely never seen this. I never saw it before. I know. I never saw it before. Did see the end coming a mile away, but it was fun. It was fun in a movie night setting, watching it with other people. I don't think I would have had as much fun with it if I if I like sat down and just tried to watch it by myself. Scared me so much when I was little. I mean, I bet. I mean, it's not really, it's just really kind of a guy being a creeper and killing women, so that's terrifying. Valentine hit Shudder and everyone was watching. Thank you, Ben. You still haven't seen it either? See, not just me. I would recommend it as a movie night watch, like with friends. Don't take it too seriously and you'll have a fun time. Yeah, it was definitely a fun, silly watch. Yeah. I would just say don't take it seriously. Just go in and just have fun. Watch it with friends. Maybe have a beer or something or your favorite snack and just have fun. Because it's fun and it's a little bit cheesy and yeah, it was fun. I liked it. I didn't know that was a thing I could do. I just backed right out of the studio and it still stayed live, which was kind of terrifying. Hold on, let me bring Letterboxd back. My bad. No, it wasn't you. I went to hit back and I realized I was in StreamYard and not Letterboxd. I love that it stayed live though. That's a little bit terrifying. Sorry. All I wanted to do was back out this way to see what I rated it. 3.5. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. Oops. See, I shouldn't bounce back and forth between StreamYard and this. I should just have the chat on my phone and just look at the chat on here. Trying to be fancy and put the comments I'm reading up on the screen. And this is what it gets me. Jump scare on the live. Ha ha ha. See? I gotcha. Then I rewatched The Mummy. I think it was for one of the movie challenges, and I just really wanted to watch it. Yeah, for Macabrellas. I'm trying to be really good at tagging them to make sure I remember. Yeah. I've rewatched it 5 times since I started using Letterboxd, and that's probably even inaccurate. But I mean, do I need to talk about why I love that movie? No. Absolutely not. The Mummy is classic. Yes. Rick and Evie are a couple goals. Agree. Big time nostalgia. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. You haven't seen The Mummy? Oh my God. Don't worry about watching Valentine. Don't worry about that one. Go ahead and just watch The Mummy. Also, maybe don't take that one super seriously, but watch it. It's so fun. So fun. Fun story about that. When I was doing my undergrad, I had a class for editing. I think like the technical class was like sound, image, and motion. But it was editing is what it was. And as like an icebreaker, the first day of class, the professor, had us, went around the room and asked like one of our favorite movies or whatever. And I was like second or third on the the attendance roster. My last name starts with a C, so I'm like always up at the top. So I couldn't think of anything at the time, so I said The Mummy, and that's all I said. I had just said The Mummy, and my professor for a second was so impressed because he thought I meant the the OG Mummy, like the Boris Karloff one. So he says that, and he was like, "Oh, nice," and I was like, no, the 1999 one with Brendan Fraser. And I could see it in his face that he just changed from like being kind of impressed to being, oh, this girl's an idiot and she's going to fail my class. every time I watch this movie now, I think about that moment. The silence was palpable too when I corrected him. I should have just kept my mouth shut and made him think I meant the Boris Karloff one. I did ace my first assignment though. I was like very like motivated to do a good job because I could see it in his face that he thought I was an idiot for for saying that. Definitely thought I was stupid. Stick with the Boris Karloff as the Mummy. That one's good too. It's a classic. You can't beat the classic, but big love for Brendan Fraser in that. All right. I guess I was just on a silly kick. This was, I think, the start of my paid time off from work. It was. So yeah, this starts the like watching like almost two movies every single day because Yeah, I had like a whole week off from work. I had paid time off that I had to use. So I used that time to read and watch movies. So I watched Eight-Legged Freaks for Azul's movie challenge. Had to watch a movie about spiders. I fucking hate spiders. I'm terrified of them. But luckily, the CGI in this one was so bad, it cured my arachnophobia. Probably not really, but I mean, we'll just keep going with this train. I had never seen this movie before because it's spiders. I was like, and I knew it was a goofy movie. Like you can from the poster that it's silly, but even then still did not want to watch it at all. Just catching up to the comments here. I wrote my graduation essay from high school on This is Spinal Tap in the Blair Witch Project. I love that. When I was getting my master's in film studies, I made every single like final essay for like every class about horror that I could, with the exception of the classes that were like about a specific director. I made them all about horror. Eight-Legged Freaks has some crazy, silly vocalizations. Yeah, it was like the funny little like, pew, like they were like so cartoonish, which kind of fit with like the really bad CGI. Obviously, I'm watching it 20 years after it came out, so I'm sure the CGI wasn't too terrible when it came out, but the little sound effects with the bad CGI just made it like it might as well have been a cartoon. Like oh my god, see, but like arachnophobia in that segment, I know which segment in Creepshow you're talking about. Ugh, I hate that. Those ones are actually like scary. This one was not. This one was not. The spiders are so ridiculous that I was not even scared. Was I grossed out by them? Yes, but I wasn't scared. So forgot ScarJo was in that. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. Young Scarlett Johansson. That was fun. Best part of that was, oh yeah, because I wrote it there. Yeah. Added a star for that scene where she tasers that guy in the balls. That was a good part. Creepshow fucked me up. Especially that segment. Especially that segment with the cockroaches. That's one of my worst nightmares. I'm like one of those people, like if I find a bug in my room, like if it makes its way into my room, which is not unheard of because I'm like right by the back door to the house, like the patio, so they can very easily get in. I have to like I have to disinfect the entire room. I have to like pull everything away from the wall and otherwise I won't be able to go to sleep. I probably shouldn't be saying this stuff on the internet because that's just fuel for somebody to scare me in the future. I'm gonna stop now. Okay, then I watched one. I technically logged it because I feel like I deserved that. Because I hated the experience so much, but I didn't actually finish this movie, so I guess fair warning. It was for Azul's movie challenge. I had to watch something about clowns and like scrolling through all the horror movies that like feature clowns prominently. I had seen like all of them pretty much. So I was left to like I was left to slim pickings, okay? So I watched this movie Behind the Sightings and I fucking hated it. Didn't finish it. I think I made it about 30 minutes in is when the Clown Lives Matter line happens and then I was like, I'm done. It was just too not good for me. I don't know if anybody else is interested in watching it or somebody can tell me how it ends or something if nobody in the chat cares about spoilers. It's a found footage movie. It's like a couple who are trying to make like a documentary about the like clown sightings. Remember that thing that was like a popular thing like 6 years ago. Yeah. They just now made a movie about it. Sorry, just now made a movie about it. Came out in 2021. There's just a little bit behind the trend. Um Yeah, I was just not a fan. The dialogue was so cringy. And I couldn't tell if it was like if they were like improvising and it was just bad because they didn't really know what to say or if it was just written poorly. I guess I could check and see if there's a writer credit. I mean, there is, but I mean, that doesn't mean much. So, they could have not written a lot of dialogue, and just let them talk. But, yeah. As soon as the clown lives matter joke happened, I was just like, nah, I'm good. I don't even think it was like mean spirited, that line. It was just so cringe that I had to turn it off. Like, I was like, I can't watch this. I watched it and I finished it, but I can't remember much about it, let alone the ending. I'm sure they end up finding some clowns that are actually dangerous. The end. Something bad happens to them. And then somebody finds the footage. The end. I was planning on watching Behind the Sightings, but quickly decided not to. Yeah. Yeah. It was behind on it. Like, I feel like they definitely should have tried to release that movie a couple years ago. That would have been the height of it. Like, while this was going on, that would have been the prime time to release this. I mean, even if they released it exactly the way it was, probably still would have been a little bit cringy, but Oh, we've almost been going an hour already. I gotta go faster. I mean, I feel like we don't gotta mention this one too much. I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, for Does This Offend You? Obviously, I like the movie. If you didn't catch that episode of Does This Offend You, there's a playlist on my channel for all of the Does This Offend You episodes. I'm usually pretty much up to date, and I know I added that one in there, so you can find that one if you want to watch it. It was a good episode. I mean, I say that about all of our episodes, though. Then I watched Eli, which was also for movie challenge. I was catching up on February's movie challenge during this week off. Since I couldn't get to any of them in the beginning of the month, I was like, I know I have a week off. I'm just going to watch them all then. That's not really how you're supposed to do the challenge, but whatever. I'm caught up now. So, I guess I won't give away the ending unless I find out very quickly that every single one of you have watched this movie. Okay, sorry, just trying to. I guess YouTube doesn't like cursing. Sorry, Mary. I was trying to trying to approve the comments quickly. Hadn't seen this movie before. The ending was a ride. The ending was definitely a ride. I kind of hated, loved it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, without giving anything away, it was really kind of dumb, but I kind of liked it. Like, at that point in the movie, I was just kind of like, sure, let's go ahead and throw this at the wall too. Like, I'm down for it. Not seen it, but probably won't either, or should I? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you feel about like creepy children movies. I would use that as your as your barometer as to whether you watch this movie. No matter what movie we talk about tonight that you haven't seen, The Mummy is at the top of your list. So just remember that. Probably got it mixed up with The Book of Eli and scrolled past it. Definitely a different movie. Definitely a different movie. The ending's wild. And I loved it in a... Oh, I almost backed out of StreamYard again. Let's not do that. But I kind of loved it. It was really bad, and I kind of enjoyed it. One of those. Then I watched They Remain. Again, for a movie challenge. I know it's getting repetitive, but I was catching up, okay? I think the prompt for this one was to watch like was it like environmental, like cosmic kind of horror thing, and I googled that because I was like, I can't think of anything that I haven't seen already, trying not to do too many rewatches. And this came up, and the poster looks really fucking cool. Learned my lesson there. I didn't like the movie. Just like my review said, I couldn't tell you a single fucking thing that happens in this movie. Here's the summary. I guess that happened. It was just weird. It was like weird that just didn't resonate with me. Let's leave it at that. I'm sure there are people that like it. If I scroll down, here are some people that like it. It just was not for me. Yep. If you could have given me a pop quiz on this movie immediately following me watching it, and I would have failed it. I absolutely would have failed it. Yeah, watch The Mummy. Just don't tell us if you hate it. It's okay if you hate it. Just don't let us know. Only because you'll break our hearts. That's all. Okay, and then I watched Titan. That's how they said it in the movie, and I'm gonna roll with it. I don't think B is here to correct me on my French, or if anybody else is gonna correct me on my French. That says it all. Yeah, I need to lie down. My favorite though was like scrolling through the reviews for this. Like I had a great fucking time. Where is the one? Hold on, I found a golden one. And of course it's not gonna be. Why isn't it near the top where I saw it last? Damn it. Basically, it was a joke about this being about cars and family, therefore Fast and Furious. And it was funny, and now I can't find it to show you. Sorry. This is said to, from They Remain. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was going on with the tense. It was weird. G10. Trying to say it with a French accent. My 3 years of French from high school is not serving me well. Yeah, it was a ride. A ride. Again, another one that I managed to stay away from like people talking about the movie, so I really didn't even know a plot. I knew cars were heavily featured in the movie, which I guess they are in the beginning. But yeah. This Yeah, why do you think I'm so scatterbrained all the time? Because I watch these fucking intense movies like this. Yeah, in the same month. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like riding a high of having like my first like paid vacation ever, and I was like, I'm gonna get so much done. And look at me watch these 2 like crazy ass movies that I never got around to. I'll just say it was a good thing I didn't have to go to work that week. It was a good thing I didn't have to go to work that week because I would not have been functioning. Not at all. Excuse the yawn. I did have to work today though, so hence the yawn. But it was a great movie. Definitely gonna need a little bit of like time before I watch it again, but I would definitely watch it again for sure. All right. Only 3 more that have to do with a movie challenge. This was also a wild ride. The Witches. Yeah, I don't know what was going on the whole time, but I had a good time. Like, that sums it up. It's like a little anthology all starring this lovely lady, Silvana Mangiano. Probably butchered that. And she like stars in all of these segments that are about women in society, like right as it says right there. So they're all varying in like length and like tone. Some of them are kind of like funny, silly, goofy, weird. Some of them are a little bit more serious, but it was wild. The whole last segment of this one, a bored housewife tries to explain to her husband that he's not as romantic as he used to be with Clint Eastwood, was wild. Definitely my favorite segment of the whole movie. I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend this. It feels long. It feels long. Although even though it's not that long of a movie. I don't know if it's gonna have the runtime here. It doesn't say, but I think it was about 90 minutes. I don't think it was super duper long, but it felt kind of long. Some of the segments kind of dragged. But I kind of recommend it. It was kind of interesting. I had a good time. I had a good time. 111 minutes. Okay, so maybe it is a little bit longer. I don't know why it doesn't say. Does it say somewhere that I'm missing? I just can't see it. Oh, there it is. Very tiny. Very tiny. Right there. Okay, I guess it was a little bit longer. So never mind. It was longer and it felt kind of long. You just have to watch it all the way through for this last segment. And then maybe this like one crazy one that was like smack in the middle about this like weird father and son duo that are trying to find like a new wife / mom. Really fucking weird. But I had a good time. Kind of would recommend. Okay, then again, for the first time, that's the theme. I watched The Serpent and the Rainbow. I'd never seen it before. Love Wes Craven movies. Had never seen The Serpent and the Rainbow. It was an experience. What did I rate it, actually? I forget. Okay, 3.5. Yeah, I feel like that stands. Definitely different. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. But I had a good time. Like, again, kind of you could tell what was going to happen like the entire movie. Like the fact that Bill Pullman would just like not leave well enough alone and kept digging and shit. I mean, come on. Come on. You knew what was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. Yeah. And again, the poster kind of gives it away too a little bit. What's going to happen to him? Like he's very clearly like in this casket. The worst part of that one, though, I guess, speaking of like spider moments, honestly, the being buried alive part, definitely scary, definitely traumatizing. But you know, like if I'm gonna be buried alive, I could just like eventually just slip into sweet unconsciousness, you know, and then suffocate to death. But then the dude like fucking drops a spider in there too. which made it like 5 bajillion times worse. I know my priorities are all over the place, but Buried Alive, fine. Can deal, I guess. Spiders, fuck no. If you're gonna put a big fat hairy spider in the casket with me, nah. I will bust out. You will never see anybody bust out of a coffin 6 feet under the ground faster. Uh, You've never seen it either? Okay. I feel less bad, I guess. Make sure to avoid this one, yeah. You don't like bugs? Oof. That's the only, I think that's really the only bug moment I remember, but it was significant enough. Yeah. Hey, we're almost at the end here, folks. I normally don't go longer than an hour. All right, then I watched last one for movie challenge for this month. I watched Marrowbone. I think the prompt of this one was to watch a movie with one of your favorite actresses in it. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy, whom I'm obsessed with. So watched that. Never seen it before. Again, like I'd heard the name before, but I didn't know what the movie was about, which is like I'm pretty good at avoiding what things are about, so I can go into movies blind even if they're a little bit older. It's another one where you can probably guess what the twist is if you've read any like old ghost stories set on the English countryside, even though this one isn't set in an English countryside, but you can kind of guess what's going to happen. But the ending got me, I will tell you. Big crybaby. I cried so hard at the end of the movie. Saw the ending a mile away because of the director. What else have they directed? Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen any of those, so. Writer? Oh. Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right, should have clocked that one. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, yours was Anya Taylor-Joy also. High five, Ben. New Mutants, awesome. I liked that. I'm not usually super big on the superhero movies, but I feel like the X-Men ones, like, I don't want to say they stand alone because they definitely have released them in certain orders and stuff, but I feel like I'm more likely to watch an X-Men one than than other ones. So anything with like the mutants from X-Men and everything, I'm like, I'll watch. Definitely watch. And of course has Anya Taylor-Joy in it, New Mutants, so of course I'm gonna watch it. But I would recommend this one too. If you like, good creepy haunted house stories that are a little bit sad, like the sad part of ghost stories, would recommend. I cried like a baby at the end, so. But I'm also a water sign, so take that as you will. All right, and then finally, again, I won't talk spoilers about this one, although I've been pretty good at that this stream. So I watched Hellbender, which came out on Shudder. I feel like I've seen a good number of people talking about it, so I feel like people are checking it out. It's made by like just a family, like like all these people right here, all related, like like daughter, mom, dad. Which is kind of cool. Like, it's kind of cool. Given that it was like, it seems like very clearly like low budget. I feel like they did a lot of cool stuff in the movie. Like, I was surprised. Very pleasantly surprised. Not that I was like, oh, this is going to be horrible, but I tempered my expectations a little bit when it's a lower budget that maybe they won't be able to do or pull off, every single cool thing they want to do, but it was cool. It was kind of cool. I would recommend it. I would recommend checking it out. It definitely wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Felt like a pilot for a surreal show. Yeah, that's what I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the kind of like more surreal moments of it, but it was cool. Like, it was cool. Definitely surprised me. The music was also really cool. Like, within the movie, I don't know if this mother and daughter do this, in their normal daily lives. But within the movie, the mom and daughter like have like a band and they play just cool fucking songs. Like, is really looking forward to watching Hellbender. I was so disappointed. Aw, I'm sorry. That's never any fun. I always try and temper my expectations for stuff so that doesn't happen, because I can get like overly excited about stuff, and then that happens to me often too, that I just get disappointed because I get too excited about it. Didn't really know anything about it again, except for like, because the whole like the headline for everything about this movie is that this is like a family that made this, like. So it's kind of cool. It's cool. I liked it. It's on Shudder. If you have a Shudder subscription, I would recommend checking it out for sure. Expectations were at the right spot to enjoy. Yours were just right. Woo! All right. That's everything I watched in February. It's really quick before we leave. If anybody watched anything cool that you want to share, let us know. Any new stuff that you guys checked out that you want to share, or just anything that you like really enjoyed. I didn't get to the movies at all this month, I don't think. Oh, I want to go see the Foo Fighters one. There was one other one that came out that I wanted to watch. Oh, Ben, you were talking. What was it? You, Ben, who was talking about it in the Discord? Was it The Cursed? The Cursed. Hold on. Is that what it is? Yeah, The Cursed. I wanted to get out and see that one too, but I haven't had a chance yet. So hopefully sometime this week I can go see that and go see the Foo Fighters one, because that just looks like a silly, goofy time. That looks fun. No Exit. I remember when that book came out. They made that they made that into a movie, or they made it into a show? Now I'm doing the thing and Googling a film. Okay. I'm doing the thing I should do and Google it instead of asking you and making you tell me the answer. I never read the book, but I remember my ASM at the time when this book came out had read it. I think we got the ARC at work, and she had read it before it came out. It was telling me about the book, and it sounded really cool. She's big on like thrillers, this ASM. Really big on thrillers, and she really liked it. I enjoyed Last Night in Soho. Love that. Antlers and Slapface. Haven't seen Slapface yet either. Watched Cherry Falls and loved it. Cherry Falls is a good one. Like, definitely a lesser talked about meta slasher. That has a fun twist to it. Saw Bride of Frankenstein for the first time. And you were disappointed. I'm sorry. I really enjoy Bride of Frankenstein. I'm sorry you didn't like it. Just watched Fresh on Hulu. Really good. Just came out. I've heard like one or two people talking about this lately. I haven't had a chance to look into it. Finished Ancient Magus Bride anime. Okay, I knew that sounded familiar. Seen the manga at work. Involving the Fae. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Saw Pieces from 1982. A lot of variety. Love it. Night of the Creeps. Oh, you went to go see it at like a. Those are the best. Those are like the movies I save to go, my like the like local like cinema, the like old building cinema. It's kind of a drive from where I am, but it's always worth it if they're going to play like an oldie but a goodie. That's when I'll make the drive out there. Nice. Nice. I haven't seen The Cursed yet. Yeah, I was just talking about that. Hopefully I'll get out to the movies this week before it's out of theaters to check it out. Saw Benedetta. I still haven't seen it. Okay. I gotta fucking watch that. Be my own movie challenge. Just the one to see that movie. Watch Fresh. Okay, I guess I gotta watch Fresh also. Jesus. Bride of Frankenstein was in her own movie for less than 5 minutes. That's true. But the whole point is they're making the Bride of Frankenstein. Tales from the Hood at my local art house recently. Oh, I love a good anthology, and that's such a good one. I will rewatch anthologies till it's nobody's business. Saw a few virtually at the Nevermore Film Festival. Manfish. Basically The Shape of Water, but no budget. Manfish. I'm gonna be honest, the title of the movie does not make me want to watch it. Nothing called Manfish it like inspires me to watch that, I gotta say. Okay, I've been talking nonstop for an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Thank you guys so much for coming to these, even though this is only the second time I've done it. But I like doing this so much better for the wrap ups. So I'm glad you guys also seem to enjoy it, because I feel like this is what I want out of wrap ups, and an edited video just doesn't give me that. So I really appreciate you guys being here and humoring me with my games. And I'm sorry, Felix. I've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes. I gotta go relax my voice and go to bed. I gotta work tomorrow. So sorry. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I will talk to you all very soon. Until then, stay strange. Bye.